This is Dosa, okay? And I'm here bringing some light to the world. And just, um, I forget what my catchphrase was for this, but this channel is for those seeking advice from spirit. I have some cards here. Um, Eventually, I'll be doing some channeled messages. And I'm coming on when I can come on. So here we go. So I'm going to be pulling some cards. The cards I will be pulling are some angel cards first. Let's see what spirit has for us. Divine source energy, guides of the highest white light, ancestors of the highest white light. I used to have I haven't been on here in, you know, I was here on a day ago, but prior to that, I took a break from this and now I'm back. So here we go. Divine source energy, guides of the highest white light, ancestors of the highest white light. Please give us one card for the collective, one card that they would most benefit from today. So that was Minnie. I'll let you know when the card pops out. I can hold that back. I just came from the gym, and meditated for about 5 minutes. 5 minutes is all you need for meditation. So here we go. Thanks for the love. I can't see any comments. Who was ever there, thank you. Please give us one card for the collective. Thank you so much. Okay, spirit, divine source energy. One card for the collective. What would be most beneficial? There we go. So we're in the energy of new beginnings. Awesome. New beginnings. So being hopeful. If you see the angel's face, she's an earth angel, I believe. So earth angel is people with, kind hearts, people who are, don't need to be told how to be a good person. They just are, they lead with their hearts. um, so new beginnings are happening. New beginnings, it could be in school, in work, in just a new transition in life. So let's read the card meaning for new beginnings. New beginnings. A clean slate is presented to you as you now encounter fresh opportunities and novel experiences. We're calling in new energy, new ideas, new maybe new people are coming into your life. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the newness, that 333 on the clock. Hi. Pay attention to the new beginnings that are starting in your life. So here we go. Embrace the new in your life, including new opportunities, people, and projects. The angels know that change can be frightening. They surround you they surround you now with loving energy. Call upon them whenever you feel afraid of facing novel situations. Often, when we feel like there's a new beginning, something's challenging, we feel afraid. Afraid to start that new project. We're already thinking negative about, like, oh my gosh, what if I, don't measure up? What if I do something wrong? You don't want to be hello. um, so welcome in. So before, when you're starting that something new, don't psych yourself out. Go ahead and try to get things started. Um, Sometimes we cling on to old routines because they are familiar. By drawing this card, the angels ask you to be open to new approaches to life. Perhaps they are teaching you a new way of looking at a situation, or maybe they will call you to learn a new skill. So if education seems like a new something that's coming up, a new opportunity, take that opportunity. Don't shy away from it. You know, when we do uncomfortable things, that's when we can grasp onto change. That's when we can capitalize on it. Um, so, go for the new beginnings. Allow yourself to be stretched by the fresh new circumstances. We learn about ourselves through new experiences. So lovely. So that was our angel card of the day. Um, let's pull a numbers card. What is the number of the day for the collective that I'm reading for, Spirit? So, for me, this doing these videos is kind of new to me. It's something that was so scary, like for me to be in front of a camera over here talking. Sometimes I'll stutter. I've gotten a lot better as I've been practicing. So, getting yourself to do something that you would have never done before. I used to be such a shy person, like very quiet. Like I would shy away from just being in front of anybody, talking in front of anybody, let alone being in front of a camera. So I'm doing it. I know that you guys can do anything that you set your mind to. If you can do it, and if your mind can say it that you can do it, then you can. Another thing that I've done is, in my own life, I've experienced tough times, like really harsh beginnings. Childhood wasn't that great. Think Matilda, you know what I'm saying? um, and lo and behold, like, and so my grades when I was younger, I would suffer, but I knew I was smart, but at the same time I second guessed my own intelligence because of experiences that I've had with individuals in my life, family members that were kind of harsh to me. But as I grew older and as I experienced, I had a spiritual awakening and felt, my mind was filled with just support from other worldly beings like angels and stuff like that. Another time, I will definitely put a story of when I was younger and hearing a voice, an angel's voice telling me to stop what I was doing. I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but I wasn't in a healthy mind state. I wanted to life to end my life at a certain point. Life was just really really sucky. Like, I was going through a lot, abuse and such like that. And so my grades suffered, and I thought, like, man, I could never get straight A's. And lo and behold, as I'm supported by the other world, the angels, and all of this. um, I've started to reprogram my mind, tell myself that I'm an A student. And I started getting A's. This past semester I got all A's, and I got admitted into my dream school for acupuncture. So if I can do it, so can you. So anything that seems out of reach, but you have and like this drive to do it, please do it. um, even if you have to start, and it's scary, even if it's a scary start, just do it. Like Nike. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and then on the bottom, is personal growth. In life, that's what I want for all of us, to focus on our own personal growth. Divine source energy, guides of the highest white light, ancestors of the highest white light. Please give us one card, one numerology card for the collective that is most beneficial. I'm here for those people who've had dark beginnings, times that were tough, and just in need of support, and somebody to say, hey, I'm here. I'm listening. I'm here to give you some positive feedback. I want to share that light because for me, it was other people that did tarot, um, you know, individuals like teachers and just earth angels that came to my rescue when I needed it at the perfect time, the perfect video that I needed to hear. um, and and that's what I'm here to do. So okay, one card for the collective, divine source energy. Thank you so much. Beautiful. spiritual career. So some of you might have this in store for you, just like for me. This is part of my spiritual career. It is now a hobby, but eventually I hope that my hobby can take over and be something that I can, do, because I love doing this, and something that I can after healing others through acupuncture and all of that. I would love to continue on doing this. And 78, on one cool thing about this 78, 178 is my spiritual number. That's how I knew to go into massage and acupuncture, Chinese herbal medicine, back when I was going to San Diego State, and I was, young and didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. People were like, I'm the first to also to go to college in my family, to go to university. There was no blueprint. I am the blueprint. Some of you, this is the first time you're going to university. This is the first time you're starting a business. This is the first time, and there's nobody else to give you that advice. And I'm here to say that you're being divinely guided to start that business, whatever it is. Start that journey. Um, Take that fool's journey. So the fool is about new beginnings, So spiritual career, we're going to go into this. We're going to dive into this. The pink, it has to do with the heart, love. And here, the purple, this purple is about the crown chakra, receiving knowledge from spirit. And then that knowledge that you're receiving is love, in the form of knowledge. So I know this is a path that I'm supposed to take, and you're seeing firsthand somebody who's going for it. I don't know where this is going to lead. All I know is spirit said this is going to be successful, and so I am believing. I'm choosing to believe it, and I want you guys to choose to believe in yourselves, whatever it is that you're trying to do. And even if you don't know what it is, meditate. That's what I did. I sat and meditated, and I asked spirit. Like, I finished school, like I have my bachelor's degree in political science, rhetoric and writing and sociology, but I don't know what the heck to do with it. And currently it is, I'm proud of myself for completing that, right? But currently it's under, it's I haven't even put it up yet. My massage license, going into massage, is what is giving me my a way to take care of myself, financially. So um I would definitely, my younger self, if I could go back, I would tell myself, hey, like, maybe wait a while until you know exactly what you want to do. Oh my gosh, I just turned, literally, I cracked the book and there it is. So spirit really wants me to read this, because I just opened it and there it is, to exactly to that page. You know how many pages there is to just like open this, and it's the card that we're looking at here, spiritual career. So let's go. So, whether you're scared or not, just do it. Here we go. This card indicates an opportunity to embark upon a career in a mind, body, spirit arena. This could be massage. This could be tarot. This could be herbal medicine. There's so many ways that you can do a spiritually led business. This could be a full or part-time venture. It's entirely up to you. You may already have the credentials to begin this work now, or maybe you require further study before you're ready to start. Whatever your situation, this card is confirming to you that you have genuine talents and abilities that need to be put to good use. Basically, being a vessel where spirit can shine its light through you. Um, you may decide to work as a clairvoyant, life coach, homeopath, or a healer, or see clients from your home, or try your hand at being a card reader. Mm-hmm. Numerologist, or astrologer at your local mind body spirit fair. You may choose to be a writer of inspirational books, blogs, or conduct workshops in communities. Regardless what you do, and however big or small the scheme, um, you can turn it into a career with the potential for success. In order to improve your current situation. You're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythms and cycles of your life, cycles that are leading you to embark upon a spiritual career. Only you can only you can know when the time is right. But no matter what, you must believe you will succeed. Remove the limiting beliefs that are preventing you from moving forward. Release your anxieties and trust in the divine. When you focus on being of service rather than your worries, doubts, and fears, the universe will send you opportunities to serve. So, an affirmation that goes with this is I serve the greater good and I'm given all that I need. And the thing is, like, you might not have, your credentials right now. You might not know exactly how you're going to serve the community, um, or what that spiritually led thing is. Just take the steps, meditate, ponder upon what it is that you want to bring to the table. Or even if you do, take that step to create that website. Draw up the plans. What do you envision yourself doing? How do you want to live? How do you want to see your life going? How do you want that career to come forth? Um, so there's that. Wonderful, and I wish you guys success in all of your endeavors. um, 78 was the number. 7 is the number of spirituality, and then 8 is abundance. So when you start this business, it is sure, and you stick with it, it is sure to succeed. That is the message you're receiving. Okay, so now I'm going to do some Starseed Oracle cards. So these are it. I love the super cool. The box is really dope. It looks really nice. It's right here. It's like a really cool. So let's get into it. I'm still practicing tarot, but these cards were just sitting on top of this. I meant to put away the tarot cards. So this is the Four of Wands. Surprise, surprise. Like the Four of Wands. Um, this is the Nine of Pentacles. This is like, a woman who's successful at her business, and like this is money. Like money's like coming forth. And then Four Wands is stability. This is going to bring you stability. um and then there's this one too. This Four of Pentacles. This is about like somebody being kind of like stingy, penny pinching, financial insecurity. It's going to bring you out of this kind of energy, having to work paycheck to paycheck, that lack mentality. It's going to get you out of that, into more stability and finances, better finances. How freaking amazing is that? So that was I wasn't thinking about doing tarot, but like those three just were right there, and they jumped out at me. Had no idea that those three cards were just stuck to the behind these cards. But let's continue. um Starseed Oracle cards. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Cancel clear all negative energy. Cancel clear all previous energy. Divine source energy. Guides of the highest white light. Ancestors of the highest white light. Please give us one card for the daily collective. And star seeds are people who are spiritually inclined, who see through the illusion of this world, and who have gone inward, who've gone through a lot in their life, who have awakened fully, or are starting to awaken and see that there's more to life than meets the eye. So okay, one card for the collective. Divine source energy, guides of the highest white light. Please give us one card. Ooh. One card for the collective. Thank you. There you go. I remember. Star seeds are remembering who they are. You know, we're no longer going for these. You know, if you need to work a 9 to 5 and you got to make ends meet, but you can do that. But we're remembering we're not just our professions. We have purposes within us, things, things that gifts that need to be nurtured and brought out. Okay, so I remember soul plan, the fated life, and the destiny life. You know, the fated life versus the destiny life. So remember your purpose. This is what you're here to do on this planet. We're meant to grow. We're meant to prosper. We're meant to tap into our inner wisdom. Um, so let's get deeper into the card and read the card. And I'm turning to lifting the veil. We're seeing behind the veil. Like imagine Wizard of Oz. You know, if you ever seen that movie, um, they finally make it to the destination, and they look behind the veil. And so I think of like our world, our 3D world, where you know we think these governments and that they have the real power, but really the real power is within us, the individuals. um, without our consent, without our participation, society would cease to exist, so putting the power back to the people. Okay. Okay, I remember soul plan, fated life versus destiny life. There's a moment before you were born when you chose um, the conditions of your life. You're living right now. When you were when you when you plotted out these exact moments a long time uh, along the timeline of your life. We live in a world of free will. Therefore, uh, these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. So the belief in the spiritual way is that the life that we live, the hardships that we have gone through, as as hard as it may seem, before we were born, we chose the life of the parents that we were going to have, the interactions that we were going to have, all for the purposes of growing our soul. There's lessons to be learned here on this planet that cannot be learned anywhere else. In this planet, there's good, there's evil, and everything in between that. Um, so and every day we make choices with whether we're going to eat healthy, whether we're going to exercise, whether wherever the choices that whatever choices we make build our future. There's only now is the only time that truly exists. The past has gone, the future has yet to be made. The future is made here in the now with the choices that you make. Okay, the fated life is one we were born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses. And we choose this by the choices that we make. And it takes courage and faith. If you pull, it says, if you pull this card, it's because have now face, you likely, it is because you're likely now face to face with the choice of following the destiny life over the fated life. To trust the path your soul is calling you towards. And remember that this moment was prearranged on your life's timeline. You may find yourself at a crossroads. Like maybe you have a choice between something that could make you a lot of money, but it's not something that your soul aligns with, or starting out slowly and then working and having faith and letting that flourish and grow, and it's something that's along along a heart-based spiritual career, you know, something that your soul is calling you to do. Okay. At a moment when you're being called to make a decision, to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you or choose the less traveled, you may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You're being you're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that is undefined, it's normal for doubt to rear its head. So when you're going through a change that you've never gone through, like and a road that you've never gone that way. For example, your parents tell you this. My parents were. My mom was like, when I was going to university, she's like, just be. I want you to be a nurse, you know, and I knew it wasn't for me. I knew that that was not my path. And I tried really hard to get into those, you know, get into those classes and all of that. And try as I might, it wasn't working for me, you know. So I had to switch my major so I can get out of there. It took me a long time because I was very hard headed. I wanted to make my parents happy, and let me tell you, it took me 11 years to get a 4-year degree because I was trying. Well, I was also going through some trauma too, but I was trying so hard to fit the norm of what my parents wanted me to do, where they wanted me to go. And the moment I decided, you know, let me get a degree and get out of here so that I can take some time and figure out what I really need to do. That's the moment that I found a path that like nobody in my family. First of all, I was the first to graduate university in my family. Secondly, I'm thinking outside of the box. I have not met one single Somali girl. I'm Somali American. One Somali girl that is doing massage or going into acupuncture, you know, Chinese herbal medicine. Is totally, completely something completely different. My parents don't even know, you know, what that is. And let alone is it acceptable in my culture for a woman to be a massage therapist, well, for men, you know, massage men and women, which I do both. um, on top of that, I left Islam. I was 23 at the time, and I left the religion altogether. I do believe in a higher power, and it was the hardest thing to leave that religion because it told me, you know, it said if you leave this religion, you're going to hell. You know what I'm saying? And so imagine, like, you know, this is what the thought you grew up with, the what you grew up with, what you know to be true, and you're confronted with cognitive dissonance, or you're confronted with things that, like, you know, you read the Quran or the Bible, and there's passages that are totally misaligned, you know, with what kind of person you are, you know. And you're like, wait, I thought God was loving, but in here he's telling you to kill these people because they don't believe in your faith. Like, what's going on here, you know? It's so easy to just follow the herd, but when you start asking those questions, and that's when you you start go thinking for yourself, and you know, going with your heart, because I knew my heart was telling me there's something wrong here. I can't, this is not where I need to be. So I left Islam finally, and I was like, you know, when I left, I was like, I guess I'm going to hell. You know what I'm saying? And then when I left, I was like, so there is a life after Islam, you know? There is a life after religion. No shade to those who found, you know, their version of God to, in their, you know, in their faith. But for me, it religion wasn't it for me. My way was, you know, just talking to the divine directly. I did not need a book to tell me who to be. um, so just breaking, you know, breaking out of your, you know, family, breaking out of beliefs, prior beliefs that were programmed into you, um, figuring your own way, going your own way. is basically what this card is talking about. And, making that choice for yourself. Okay. Um, so you're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that is undefined, it's normal to doubt to rear its head. In fact, this is a certain sign that you're facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her life journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around it is through it. Um, it's all a part of the greater plan. So don't be afraid. You're if you're on this page, you're going in the right direction. You know, if this found you, you are where you need to be. Um, Spirit is telling you to make that change that seems scary. Go towards it, run towards it. Um, so this is Star Seed Soul Inquiry. This is something you can ask yourself. You can meditate on this. What are you being called to do? What are you being called to do to surrender to your soul's plan? So you can say, what am I being called to do to surrender to my soul's plan? And sit there in quiet, and let the answers flow and ask Spirit, the divine, whatever you want to call that divine, Jesus, Allah, Buddha. I say divine source energy, because to me, God is an energy. It's a masculine and a feminine energy. It does not have, you know, it's not a human form. It's an energy that is all encompassing and is in everything, including us. We're divine sparks that are in the flesh. We're divine expressions of spirit. Okay, so, and I'm going to pull some affirmation cards because I'm a big believer in creating the reality that you want. So these are affirmation cards. So let's get into those. This was yesterday's cards, which is thinking good thoughts. Our mind is very powerful. I always say, like, when I started getting A's, I said, I have the infallible mind of God within me. So when I was doing those math equations, when I was working on those things, I was like, I'm not going to forget because I have God's mind within me. And that, for some reason, that clicked for me because I wouldn't forget any of that. 333, 33 minutes and 3 seconds on the clock. Threes are about mind, body, soul, or you can say the egg, the yolk, and the spirit, um, in Christianity, whatever the belief is. So let's get into the affirmation cards. Cancel clear all negative energy, cancel clear all previous energy, divine source energy, guides of the highest white light, ancestors of the highest white light. Please give us one card for the daily. Oh my gosh, lots of threes. I saw 33 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock. Amazing. Okay, divine source energy, guides of the highest white light, ancestors of the highest white light. Please give us one card for the daily collective, one card that would be most beneficial. Okay. Ooh, I love it. Okay. My It says my goal of happiness is important enough. So I say go where it makes you, when you are happy, go for what makes you happy. Don't go seeking to do things. 333. Hi. Go towards what makes you happy, what makes you shine. So here we go. The reason you are not conscious of any specific pre-birth goal is because there are no specific goals you had before your birth. General intentions such as being happy, being an uplifter, having continued growth, but the specific process of achieving those things are up to you to decide here and now. In this time, you are the creator. So so whatever that is, you're creating your reality. So if you're called to do, like the card said, um, a spiritually led business, a career in something spiritual, whether it's helping people through um, health, through messages, whatever that is, you can create that reality for yourself. That is just what this card is saying. um, go towards what brings and shines that light out of you, and that's beautiful. Okay. um I think that's it for tonight. Thank you so much. Appreciate the love and support. um please like, support, comment. Take care. Doses out. Bye.